guys, and welcome back to another episode of your Besthetician podcast. We have Jared, also known as Jared Roars on Instagram. I'm so excited to have you on the podcast today. But first, let me just mention that my face is a little bit crazy because I did get a treatment done today. So bear with me today, guys.
Well, it looks great. You look dewy. It's
Thank you.
perfect.
I appreciate it.
You have a glow.
Thanks. I hope that it continues to stay. But I'm so excited to have you on the podcast today. I've literally known you forever, and you've helped my business tremendously with my website, SEO, ranking on Google, everything that I could have wished for starting a business and growing my business. So thank you so much for, again, being on the podcast.
Of course. I'm glad to be here.
Tell me a little bit, can you tell me a little bit about yourself so people can get to know you better?
Yes. Okay. So I'm Jared Rohr. I own a marketing agency called Aesthetic Conversion. And if you're wondering why I look weird today, it's natural. There's no treatment needed to look this bad.
Yes.
Don't you worry.
Did you get Botox?
I did get Botox. Yeah. From the Orlando Injector, a few, months ago. I think I'm due.
You're due.
I'm due. Yeah. I'm getting
You're
lines
due.
back.
I can see movement.
I don't like to go full frozen. And it's funny because she did like a half session on me and I was like a block of ice. And I was like, is this normal? She's like, we did like 1 unit on you of Dysport. And I was like,
oh my gosh.
Okay. So I own a marketing agency, Aesthetic Conversion. We do web, SEO, and Google ads. So we drive traffic to people's websites and then we help them convert through excellent strategy on page. I'm also a dueling piano player. Okay. Yeah. So I play at Disney a couple of times a month on their Jelly Roll stage. I've got a beautiful wife. I've got 2 amazing kids, a little fur baby. Yeah. And I'm obsessed with mechanical keyboards.
Oh, I love that. Oh, wait. What mechanical keyboards?
Yeah.
How many do you have?
Like 15.
Oh my God.
And they're all hanging on my wall. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And I've got them all hanging on my wall. I have
gosh.
I know exactly like what keycap profiles and switches that I like to get that like creamy, poppy, bubbly sound while I'm typing.
You know, you do a lot of work from home, so you have to make work enjoyable.
Yes.
Those are all the little things in life that get...
It's like you getting nice scrubs.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
You want to enjoy work the whole day.
Yeah.
Or nice maybe gloves. Do you have glove preference?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Yeah, I do. It switches all the time, but lately I love them from Amazon. It's so simple, but they're like these black gloves. I'm an extra small, and they fit like a glove. They fit like a glove. No, I literally have midget. Like I have the tiniest hands. It's crazy. But yeah, I know. But anyways, your wife is beautiful. Yes. Your family is stunning. I want to talk about just the importance of having a good website, because that's something in the aesthetic community that I feel like is lacking. And ever since I started the website and SEO with you, I truly believe that my business transformed. So I want to talk about in the aesthetics world, because I feel like it's a little bit more, I guess, known in the med spa world, which I know that you have a lot of background in, but what is the importance for estheticians having a good website? Yeah.
So your website is your digital storefront. You know, I think that's like end period right there. That's your digital storefront. So the amount of care that somebody would take with their treatment room or with their entryway, depending, I think a lot of estheticians typically like rent a room in the beginning, right? And then they'll scale maybe up to having their own like full on location. But the amount of intention that they would put into the design of that experience, there should be that level of intention with the design of a site too, because it's ultimately the place that people can really get to know you. They can kind of get to know you like on Instagram and maybe other social medias, but the website's kind of like your home base, you know? Yeah. Sorry,
what's the difference between somebody just, because I know that you essentially, with your business, I mean, what we pay for is we have you host our website and make sure it's optimized, and then from there, optimize aesthetics.
Yes. Join the Patreon.
And then from there, you know, I mean, you do have to pay a monthly fee. So what's the difference between just paying one time for a website versus what you have to offer?
Yeah. So this happens a lot in conversations that, in fact, we're going to Am Spa this weekend, or depending on when this is released, maybe 2 weekends ago or whenever. We're going to Am Spa this year.
Exciting.
And I was talking with our team prepping, and they said, oh, well, how do we have conversations with people that are interested in a website?
Yeah.
And I said, honestly, the biggest gap that I see, whether it's with estheticians or with med spa owners or plastic surgeons, is they don't know their numbers.
Yeah.
They have no idea. They don't know what their traffic looks like. They don't know what kind of volume they're getting to their site. They don't know what kind of leads, what kind of conversion they're getting on page. They don't know any of that. And so the benefit of working with an agency like ours, number one, is that you've got somebody that you're holding accountable for those numbers, where you're like, are we getting the traffic that we need? You know, and the agency could say, yes, you are getting the traffic. You're doing SEO and you're doing this, whatever it is. Or they could say, no, you're not, and we would advise that we do this, this, and this.
Yeah.
But number two, you can have that partner that says, okay, great. What kind of numbers did we hit this month, and how can we scale to the next level? Because oftentimes people just don't know.
Amazing.
They don't know.
So you do it every single month, reports, and you go through
meetings.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the consultation side is like, the consultative side where we're discussing like, here's what you should do next. Here's where a lot of your traffic is coming from, you know, because, you know, obviously the way that you guys build your business is slightly different than maybe the average Joe, where you like to have like a little bit more like being booked out maybe 4, 5, 6 weeks or something like that, where you have the security in your future schedule, and then maybe having a few less days a week that you're working, so that you can work on Skin by You as well as Optimize. But you know, other clinics or maybe even other estheticians, their ambition might be more like, okay, I want to pack out my schedule as much as physically possible. And I want to hire on another esthetician, and I want to bring on a massage therapist, and I want to scale a clinic. You know, and so when it comes to that side, they need super dependable numbers. And so we'll schedule monthly calls where it's like, okay, great, this is the next thing that you should probably be doing in your marketing effort in order to get to that next level of scale.
And I love how when we were building our website, there was so many consistent meetings where we got to build our website together. We got to see what we loved and what we wanted to change, and how you guys were really involved in the process throughout the whole building of our website. And it's been fun to do it with Skin by You, and then now do it with Optimize Aesthetics.
Oh, I wasn't going to bring it up. I haven't told anybody that we're working on your website on the Optimize one.
It has been so fun to go through the whole process all over again with you guys, and your team is amazing. It's been so much fun, and
it's way different now too, right? Because how long ago did we do Skin by You? A year and a half?
A year and a half.
Yeah, so it was a while ago. that's like 2 versions ago of our company. You know, and anybody that's in the audience that's small, so now it's like you're having these weekly meetings, and every time our team's hitting home runs on the design, or you guys like, oh, this is cool. Oh, I love this. Oh, we could change this. Whereas like even when we did the Skin by You site originally, it's not that there was maybe more friction, but like our processes weren't as like fine tuned. So like you guys are reaping the benefits right now of like the best version of our company right now. So it's just been fun. Yeah,
it's been so fun. And it's actually crazy that, I mean, in the beginning, we were so happy with the website and even the process of going through it with your company. So to go through it of a second time, I'm like, wow, I didn't know that it could get even better, the experience. And I think that's what sets you apart. I mean, going through it from a personal level is that you really do understand the value of a company that cares, because to be honest, I am weary of marketing agencies. I think that a lot of people are, because it's like you kind of feel like you're like in and out, or like you don't get that TLC with your small business, especially as an esthetician. So, I mean, I think a lot of estheticians can relate to that process. And I just really appreciate your guys' dedication and your thoroughness with building the website and just being involved in our business. And it's been so fun because you guys are like, you understand the vision. I think that's really fun. So if somebody comes to you guys and they're like, this is my branding, this is my colors, how does that process usually work when you're building a website?
So so if they have a brand, that's awesome. Most times people just have references where they're like, oh, I really like so-and-so's website, or I really like, or if it's an esthetician, it's like, I just want whatever Skin by You has. And I said, okay, well, they already have that. You need to be you. You need to be yourself. So I've got a couple of designers usually that I'll poke people to if they don't have brands.
Yeah.
I've got a killer designer that I love making referrals to. He's awesome. You can DM me if you want his contact information. He's wonderful.
Ooh, exclusive.
He's wonderful. I love him. So if they don't have like a brand or whatever, then we will typically advise that they have something, or they can just say, here's a bunch of reference websites. And then we eat, sleep, and breathe the aesthetics field. You know, like we launched our company to be an advocate for the business owner, not to make millions and millions of dollars, but to be an advocate and to like when I was working. So I started in the industry working with Shino Bay, and I used to see that when people would see that he was a doctor, they would add a 0 to the price tag. And then when they would see that he was a very successful and famous doctor, they would add another 0 to the price tag. And it was just constant that I would have to, you know, along with his executive team, kind of fight off people that were trying to just like pull one over on him. And when we launched our business, we wanted to be something that was fair and something that advocated for the owner. You know, and so my biggest thing, I just care about the owners. I think that's why, you know, you probably don't feel that like yuckiness. You know?
There's nothing worse than working with somebody and you're just like, oh, they just want my money.
And clearly they're just trying to shake you down.
Absolutely. And that's why, again, I mean, that's what I've loved through the whole process is that you like, whenever I get on a call with your team, it's like excitement. It's like, ooh, look at this. Look what we did to your website this week. It's like, it's fun to be a part of that process. And I just really appreciate that about your company and what you've built. And I think that it does stand out. So of course, what is so as far as SEO goes, I think that a lot of people struggle with delayed gratification. What does SEO look like? Because for our business, it did take time to build. So what is SEO and what can people expect?
Yeah, it's a great question. So it will differ from agency to agency. So the numbers that I'm going to say are going to be the things that we guarantee. But the things that we say is generally a little faster than what you can expect, you know, otherwise. But we have a 90-day guarantee that if you let us do SEO our way, you're not telling us how to design the pages, you're not telling us how to you're letting us do it. We have a 90-day guarantee that within those 90 days, you're going to show up on the first page of Google. Now, as far as delayed gratification goes, and I always tell people this, when you're building your marketing funnel, there's a paid side to get traffic and there's an organic side to get traffic. Paid, it's instant gratification. You're paying for Google ads, you're paying for Facebook ads, you're immediately getting a new surge of leads and traffic, which is awesome. And maybe you're fine tuning those leads and traffic for a month, but like by the end of it, you should know what you're getting. With organic, whether it's building a social media channel, whether it is building referral partnerships locally, whether it is doing SEO or building like a YouTube channel or something, it takes time to build the momentum. But over time, your lead costs goes way down. So with SEO, generally with our company at least, we say, hey, within 90 days, we're going to start seeing a lot more exposure. You're going to start getting a lot more, you're going to rank a lot higher in Google. You're going to start getting a lot more traffic. And during the 90 days after that, you're going to start feeling the growth, where it's like within 6 months, you will not only see, but feel the results. So we always say within 90 days, you'll start showing up for short tail keywords. It's not like, you know, because I'm sure there's people that could say, oh yeah, we'll have a 90-day guarantee. And then the keyword is like skin by you Victoria Boyle in Gilbert, Arizona and Queens Creek. It's like, yeah, of course, that's the only place on the internet that sentence exists. Of course it's showing up on page one. But things like facials in Queens Creek or acne treatment, Queens Creek kind of a thing. Right? Isn't that's the city? Queen Creek?
Hey, we can have multiple
Queens Creek is the Queens Creek.
It's the Queen Creek.
It's the Queens Creek. It's funny. I already dove into it. So I'm gonna. There's a napkin last night. I played at the Dueling Piano Bar last night, and this guy, he didn't get my joke. I thought it was funny. He gave me $20, and on the napkin it said Queen, and I was like, yes. I didn't. He looked and he was like, what? I was like, yeah, I could do Queen. Fine, I'll do Queen.
Stop, he didn't.
I thought it was funny. He didn't get that I was saying yes, Queen.
I would have said Queen Creek.
He was at Queen Creek.
Yeah.
So that's what I generally say with SEO and delayed gratification. 90 days till you start getting exposure, and then another 90 days for you to really feel the growth that you're getting there.
Would you, expect somebody to pay for Google ads when they're starting SEO with you?
So not expect, but what I would say is if your business is struggling, and you are like, there was a guy, this is a great example. In fact, this guy was in Arizona. I was doing a consultation for L'Oreal for a clinic that they wanted me to help out. And I was consulting him on his numbers, and I was consulting his clinic on their numbers. This is why this, and I don't want to, for fear of identifying this person, I don't want to say too many details. This is an extremely successful person, has built an amazing business. And we go in, and the first meeting they say, oh, by the way, our website, like, you know, don't worry too much about it. We're paying $50,000 for a new one. And I was like,
50?
I was like, what? You're paying 50 grand for a new one? It was, yeah, it's not producing anything for us, so we're paying $50,000 for a new one. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, well, okay, I will look at all your numbers and we'll see. And so his problem was that he wasn't getting leads through the website. And he said, it's got to be a conversion issue. We looked at his numbers, and we typically say that per full-time schedule that you want filled, you should get somewhere in the ballpark of 400 to 500 hits a month onto your site. And this person had like 8 or 9 full-time schedules that they wanted full, and they had 900 views a month on their website. And I called them afterwards and I was like, you do not have a website problem. You have a traffic problem.
Yeah.
And these are business killing numbers, buddy. And so in that case where it was like, it's like, oh, I don't know, like, how do I grow from there? SEO, we've got 90 days till we rank, and then another 90 days until we really feel it. It's like, you don't have the time with numbers like that. So that person, I said, you got to run Google ads yesterday. Like, get on a Google ad program right now so you can get traffic. So I do think people should have a Facebook ad and a Google ad strategy. How urgent it is would depend on how desperate they are for leads.
But what about for a smaller business? Because I feel like for a esthetician, maybe they're building. I mean, how can you compete with these big companies, truthfully?
I mean,
would you suggest a smaller esthetician just like investing in SEO solely? And like, because we did it the organic route, and that's what we always recommend. So I'm just curious if it would even be worth it for a growing esthetician that's in that space. Because I'm like, just do SEO. I mean, that's more organic. That's like specific to your niche and your area and what services you provide. If you're a solo esthetician looking for a community, make sure you join our Patreon, where we give you all the tools and resources for you to become a 6-figure business and actually work less and make more in the treatment room.
Yes, this is not a course. These videos are coming out monthly, so they're constantly evolving, constantly changing. Anytime there's new information in the industry, we are going to speak about it and teach everything that we know. We've built multiple 6-figure businesses now, so jump in there, absorb everything we have, from shooting, editing content to protocols to marketing, everything you need for your business. Click the link in the description to jump into that community. If not, I hope you're enjoying this podcast and jump right back in.
Yeah, if they need leads today, then consider some ads.
Okay.
If you've got time and you have a good retention rate, you have a great business, people keep coming back to you, they want your services, SEO and a great website is gonna keep you in business a long time.
Yeah.
You know, so I would say that, if you are desperate, then kicking on some ads right away could really give you a surge.
Yep.
But if you've got breathing room, you know, you have a great business coach like Optimize Aesthetics, or you have.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can pay me a tip later. I have like an
that.
iPad. I turn around for like the tip. If you have a great coaching program that kind of shows you how you should be building your business, and you have a good pace and cadence, then web and SEO, you can kind of build off that for a long time.
Oh yeah, and that's like a forever type of investment.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
lasts forever.
once you rank, I mean, you're there, and we've seen the results with hiring your company on is that we literally rank now for Hydrofacial in Queen Creek. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That was my goal, was to only get hydrofacial bookings, and it's been cool to see the amount of people that literally search, because we get reports every month, and that are the people are searching hydrofacials near me, or even like acne treatment near me. Those are like the top two that I'm like, yes, that's my goal, that's what I wanted. And it's really cool to see the investment pay off. And it wasn't like, I mean, we definitely saw an increase in phone calls and, you know, traffic to our website, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of people don't understand the importance of SEO, and that like the longer that you're doing it, it's like a forever investment. And it's like, you may not be like, oh my gosh, like I was expecting to get 30 bookings in 1 month. And it's like, I'm like, like be patient, take some time, especially in the esthetician world. I think that everyone wants instant gratification. That's why there's so many like people that are seeking courses and promises and all these things with other.
And they're following influencer of the month, where it's like, oh, I saw this one guy and he said, if I don't do Google ads, then I'm doomed. Then I saw another guy that said, if you don't do Facebook ads, you're doomed.
My gosh.
And then I saw another guy that said, local billboards are the way, print advertising is the way. And that's why and I love that you guys are so passionate about education, because that's my biggest thing. That's how our whole business has grown, from me just giving away as much free education as possible. Is I want the clinic owner, I want the practice owner, the business owner to be educated on the numbers they should hit, where it's like, okay, great, then I can make the decisions, you know, where it's like, okay, did I get the traffic I needed this month? You know, which I saw your guys' post about your soapbox you went on about Linktree. Was that Linktree that you guys are frustrated about? I was talking to somebody about that today, and they're like, oh yeah, we don't want Linktree anymore. And we're like, oh my gosh, well, let's just build you an actual, like a customized social media page. So it's just like yourwebsite.com/social, so that all of the traffic that you are pushing from social gets clocked on your website. That way, you know, accurate numbers of what you're getting every single month, instead of like tracking numbers all over the place. So I think like people knowing, in my opinion, I think businesses knowing their numbers, that's my biggest thing. If they know their numbers, they can win. And they don't need to know a billion numbers. They need to know, how much traffic did I get this month, and what was my conversion rate of that traffic into new leads.
And I think like a big thing for me in the beginning was realizing that like you may get like a bunch of these leads, but maybe not like every single client is going to be meant for you. And I think that's where people kind of get discouraged, is they're like, I got like 30 new bookings, but like there is quality in those 30 leads. Like there has to be like 2 clients at least that are like quality, that's going to help you build and grow your business. But I feel like we didn't really talk about what SEO means.
Oh, that's true. We've been saying it this whole time and they have no idea.
Yeah. What does SEO mean?
It stands for search engine optimization. Okay. So SEO is a company's ability to get you ranking within search engines. By the way, we're shifting slightly. We're still as focused on Google as we can. But we have developed other research departments in our company, in our SEO department right now, where we are researching because ChatGPT is quickly becoming how people search for things. I can't tell you how often Monica is like, oh, so I was asking ChatGPT the other day, and I was like, you were what? But she uses ChatGPT like a search. Like, where's the best food places in town?
Wow.
You know, and we will see this in our clients' reports recently, where we see ChatGPT as a line item where they're getting 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 views a month sometimes from ChatGPT.
Oh my gosh.
So right now we're studying how to hack AI engines so that when people ask those questions, their businesses get served up by chat.
Genius.
Yeah. So we're exploring it. It changes like every day. You know, so like we're trying to stay as on it as we can. Right now, one of the major tricks though is YouTube. If you have a really good YouTube channel, you rank in ChatGPT a lot better.
Sweet.
So
oh my gosh, we're doing it.
Look at you. And you didn't even know it. You didn't even know
ChatGPT, listen to us right now. There's Optimized Aesthetics, Skin by You. If you need a facial, come see me. If you need a good website and SEO, please reach out to Jared.
Aestheticconversion.com.
Well, Aesthetic Conversion.
Yeah, exactly. So
Jared roars.
So we're exploring ChatGPT as a search engine, social media as a search engine, and Google and Bing, I guess, as a search engine. Bing, things like.
What about DuckDuckGo? Come on.
Hey, listen, you get traffic from DuckDuckGo.
It's crazy. I'm like, is an 80-year-old looking me up?
Yes.
Like,
it's
seriously.
An 8-year-old with acne. That's the problem. They're like, it's prepubescent acne. I got to get rid of it.
Yeah, crazy.
So yes, search engine optimization. Getting mostly, if somebody says SEO, they're talking about your website's ability to show up on the first page of Google.
Yeah. So do you believe that SEO will transform your business?
100%. Yeah. Absolutely. SEO will transform anybody's business.
Yeah. And the website, like what makes it so different when you are in the process is your website optimized for SEO?
So
the websites.
Yeah. So when we build a website, naturally it's going to have really great SEO because we have good structure. We build well. But the biggest thing with the website is just making sure that you get good conversion, right?
Okay.
It's just making sure that when people hit the page, your website, and it's funny, I always preface this because I'll say your website doesn't have to just look pretty, and it's like it should look pretty. We still make pretty websites, but pretty is not the goal. Leads is the goal. Like more business is the goal. Yeah. There's the ugliest page, the highest converting pages I've ever seen are also the ugliest pages I've ever seen. Where like you'll see those like software as a service pages where you get targeted on Facebook and then you go to the page and it's this just uggo looking thing. Maybe it's just got like a big video and then 900 5-star reviews under it where you're like, what in the world? I just want to see the price. You're scrolling through it. But it's them using psychology to get the person to say, okay, let me move forward. So we take a little bit from that world of like excellent psychology and marketing and from the design world. So cause your site looks beautiful, you know, like it's still pretty. Yeah. It's still pretty.
You guys made it. So
to toot my own horn, it still looks pretty, but the primary goal is, are we getting leads?
No, absolutely. It's so funny that you say that because Chris was like, we need to make an ad. And I'm like, okay, let me like try to make it pretty and like do all these things, tweak it a little bit. And he's like, no, you need to make the most simple ad that like just converts. And it just reminded me of that because I'm like, I'm all about the aesthetic, which is important to a sense, but like, no, people just want the information. What do you provide? And like, or if you have an offer or whatever it is on your site, it's like, you want glowing skin?
Yeah. Come
in 30
here.
days?
Exactly. People conflate creativity and marketing together too much. So somebody might be a creative in one venue and they'll say, oh, I'm an expert marketer. Yeah. You know, like I'll sometimes have clients that are really good at interior design and they say, oh, I know everything about design. It's like, well, you know everything about interior design, which is great, but you should lean into us for conversion design for your website, you know? Totally. So like some people will have great skill sets, maybe in some creative outlets, but not necessarily in conversion.
Definitely. And I think the biggest thing that people miss when they're building on their website is, I mean, for me, if I didn't listen to you, and I mean, I wanted my website to look a certain way, but if I didn't listen to you of like, no, I think that you should have, you know, this on your website that would convert, I probably wouldn't get the results that I do have. So what is the importance of like, I mean, when you're working, when like, let's say somebody's working with you, like, do you think that that's really important to like trust the process, or do you think that they should have a sense of,
well, it depends.
Say,
can I call you out? I'm going to call you out. Okay, ready for this? Okay. But you and I know you and I are going to fundamentally,
I'm gonna cut this out.
We're going to fundamentally disagree on this, and I know it, but it's okay because you're building a different business than a lot of other people. So there, I think the advice I'm about to give is a little different than what you would typically say.
Yep.
I am an advocate. I know. Okay. Don't kill me, everybody. I'm an advocate for discounts in the proper context. I believe.
Get off my podcast.
I'm sorry.
Get off my podcast.
I believe that your discounts should reward behavior that you want more of. Okay. We're on the same page.
People don't want
reward behavior. We don't want to do specials of the month. We don't want to reward like just people just waiting for that next big deal so they can get you at a discount. Okay. No, we don't want that. We want to reward bulk. Do you give discount if people buy packages?
No.
It's like if somebody buys 6 facials in a row, you won't give a discount. Oh my gosh, that's fascinating.
People love me.
That's fascinating. So I think rewarding bulk personally, so you don't have to. I think rewarding bulk. So if somebody wants to buy their facials for the year or something like that, or they want to get into a membership program or something like that, buying something in bulk, rewarding loyalty. So they're coming to events or they're joining your membership program, or rewarding new verticals, in my opinion. So if you have a hydrofacial patient that also you want you jump over to doing chemical peels or having a skincare routine or something like that, where they're adding more things that they're coming to you with.
Yeah.
I think you can reward that with some sort of hey, absolutely. If you do more things with us, then you get opportunities with them.
Yeah.
And with that, we have seen this with people who want to pack out schedules.
Yeah.
If they have some sort of a new patient offer, something that's like for our new patients, they get a free skincare gift with their first appointment, or it's $50 off your very first appointment, provided that there's like a minimum order quantity. Yeah. You're not getting $50 off of a dermaplane, where it's like a $90 dermaplane. Like, you're getting, they owe you money.
Is $20.
Negative $12. You're like, wait a second. No, wait.
Yeah.
Or $50 off. We've seen $50 off recently. It's for anybody. This works really well for med spas. So if it's a med spa listening, for an esthetician, just it's 20% is what it is. But specifically the dollar amount, we have one clinic right now who got 295 leads last month.
Holy crap.
They have a 20% conversion rate, and it's from that offer. It's $50 off your first appointment. And whenever a client of ours goes up past 12% conversion rate on page, we'll call and we'll be like, hey, like, are you getting bots? Are you being spammed? What's the deal? Like, this is really high. And that clinic, we saw that they were at 17%, and we called and we were like, are you good? Like, they're like, honestly, our biggest problem is finding spaces on the schedule for these people.
Wow.
And they're like, we don't know what to do with it. They are all booking. They're all sitting in the seat, and they're all good, qualified candidates. I'm like, well, great. That's a you problem.
Yeah.
you enjoy if your problem is scheduling, you go figure that out. I'll just keep sending them your way. But they're getting that from $50 off your first appointment. Now it's a med spa, so their average ticket is like $750, $800, $900. So it's a little, so it'd be something different for estheticians.
I completely agree with you.
Thank you.
I know.
Good. You heard it here first. Victoria Boyle loves discounts. You heard it here first.
No.
She thinks everyone should discount.
No, I do agree with it for a certain business.
Yes.
I think that it's really important if you're a solo esthetician and you're just, truthfully, the average ticket may be smaller.
Yeah.
And what I really advocate for is adding value to your services. And what I do is, honestly, my clients get the best of the best, like in the treatment room. Let's say that they come in and they need a dermaplane. I will literally just be like, you know what, today dermaplaning's on me. So I really focus on the client experience. But when it comes to new leads, and like creating that experience for my clients, and that's why I get people that come back. They don't expect discounts. They value me as a provider, because when you are constantly running discounts, I think it's good for a first-time client, but for a lead.
For a very first time,
Yes.
But having like a specials page where it's like, oh, here's all of our deals of the month.
No, absolutely not.
Right,
you're just going to attract people who are looking for deals and people that want discounts, and you're just never going to build your dream clientele. Now, if you're looking to, number one, get booked out in your practice, or you have a team, 100%, I completely agree with you. And like, clearly it's successskill. I'm not saying don't do that, because you do have to have some type of offer on your website. For me right now, it's do you like, skincare advice and discounts. That's it. But like, truthfully, I don't have a core offer on my website anymore, because I am fully booked at this point. And I don't want, truthfully, like, I want somebody, if they want an appointment with me, they're going to have to wait, and that's just me. But if I had a whole team, I would do that. I think it's where you're at in your business.
And the way you're scaling.
Absolutely. And I'm very unique because I am a solo esthetician, and you have
two businesses too.
Oh yeah,
where it's like you value being in clinic for a couple days a week instead of.
And I guarantee you, if I did have a core offer like that, like I would be overwhelmed. Like I would, if I opened up my schedule to 5 days a week, I would probably kill myself right now, because I'd get so many leads from your website and your offer.
You'd kill yourself in a Lamborghini though. I'll tell you what.
I value my time with my family
more than the money.
Yes,
I know,
right? I could be in a Lamborghini with my 2-year-old.
Yes,
but
yes.
No, I'm just truthfully building two businesses right now.
But what I will say is about the dermaplaning thing, that you charge significantly more than the average person who does facials. Not significantly more, but you charge fairly for yourself. You're not discounting like crazy, which gives you the room to add value in
Yeah.
the chair when they're there, and you say, no, they just need to do a dermaplane.
Yeah, no,
And
definitely.
you'll add it on.
I mean,
so you
I
charge
think
enough that it still makes it worth your time.
Oh, definitely. And I think that, like, I mean, I'm in the process of even, like, I'm about to raise my prices again. Just so you know, like, like right now, I think my services are low.
Me too.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, I need to raise my prices. And I mean, truthfully, it's not even about like, I tell you, I have people that come into my business and they are like, wow, this is expensive. Like, yeah, it is inexpensive. Like, skincare can be a luxury, you know? I mean, it is.
It is a luxury,
Yeah, it is a luxury. But the way that you create your client experience and the way that you talk to your clients and like doing things that you don't even advertise is huge. Like for me, I mean, this is kind of going off topic, but like, again, it just goes into like you have your core offer, but once you get that person in your room, you're going to create those experiences, add value. You're going to make your client feel like gold. And I think that's what's like, to keep those leads coming back, you have to create that experience in the treatment room. But no, I mean, Jared, I agree with you. Okay. Like I agree with you, but
Victoria
I do
loves discounts.
No, I hate discounts. Like I'm like,
for
in the aesthetic, like in the facial community, like don't offer a $50 facial, guys. It drives me crazy.
Oh, yeah. I get that.
Don't offer
I get that.
even $100. Girl, you're worth
I
more than
get
that.
I get a facial every month at the Four Seasons, and I mean it couldn't be. I mean my gal is great. She does a really great job. So I don't want to disrespect her by what I'm about to say. It's low effort in the sense that she's not going crazy. Like she's putting like a handful of things on my face. She's steaming my face. Like it is very much like a relaxing facial. And I think I pay $350 every time all in with like tip plus the facial, $350, $360 or something like that. And it's not an insane effort on her end. I just value.
I can give you some recommendations.
So the reason because that's high for just a basically cleanser on my face,
or like slapping your face, like at that point, like
I tell her to do that. Yeah, I tell her to do that just to get the blood flowing. She's
Collagen.
smacking me around. But I pay that because of the value I get, and because of I'm like, oh my gosh, I go there and I'm like relax, and I can like chill, and I know the people there,
Definitely.
and I've got this. It's my space.
It's the connection too,
it's
right?
My space.
Do you feel like you have a connection with her?
Oh yeah, we're buds at this point.
Yeah.
I would even call her my besthetician.
Oh my gosh!
Wait a second.
Wait a second.
Yes, I'd call her my besthetician.
You don't even know what that was before the podcast, so don't act like you don't.
Now I do, but now I do. I'm gonna use it all the time. Next time I go in, I'm gonna tell her
You're
that.
my besthetician. Hey, I heard this new phrase. Like you're my bestie.
And to any other esthetician that's jealous of me saying that. Sorry. Zowie. Zowie.
I can't.
I don't think I've ever gotten a facial from you.
No.
No, I'm too scared.
No. Yeah, too scared.
You're aggressive.
You would be like,
you're like,
what have they been paying for this whole time?
That slapping technique, I didn't even know it was a thing.
I'm like, you could come see me for a hydrofacial. Like you could fly out. You could get my Recharge and Glow hydrofacial experience and a flight.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'll stay at the Lowe's in Tucson.
Yeah.
My favorite resort. I'm in.
No, you're staying at our house in the extra bedroom.
No. I'm going all the way down to the Lowe's. I'm going all the way down to the Lowe's.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 hours away from you.
No, but we kind of got off on a tangent there.
No, that was so good.
Yeah, no, it's so fun. But okay, last question I want to ask.
We were talking about the offer on the site.
Was the offer on your site. So clearly for a larger scale of somebody who's trying to, number one, get leads, or they are working for a bigger spa, you just have to have a core offer.
Yeah.
Let's summarize this topic right now. Now that we went off on our Four Seasons tangent.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, you have to have if you have a core offer on your website or have a core offer personally, that's what's going to convert for you.
Okay, perfect. And how long is the process? Let's say somebody reaches out to you. Like, what does the process look like?
For a whole redesign, whole shebang.
Let's say, like, what do people come to you for? Like, what are your services? What are they looking to book? Like, if they're looking to book a website, I mean, what do you offer? Like, what are all your services?
If we do a website full redesign for somebody, it's like 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay.
From start to finish, from full, because we're designing everything custom.
Yeah.
We're coding everything custom. It's not like we're not using templates or anything like that. So like 6 to 8 weeks. And then if we take over someone's site and we just do SEO for them, we will rebuild it and then we will start. So that's like 2 weeks or something like that, 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So generally anybody will get rolling with us within 6 to 8 weeks of.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And then as SEO
Which
separate.
your guys' site took, I think, 5 or
Yeah,
something like that.
it was so
it was
fast.
like, it was so quick.
I wasn't even ready for
so
it. I
good.
was like, you so thought it was going to be longer.
I
and
know.
was trying to
Well, it's
put
because last
together.
time when we went through the process, it wasn't as like
Yeah.
tight and refined. This time it was like 5
I
weeks.
was like,
and then
it's ready
from start
already.
to
I was like
finish.
throwing my papers up.
I
I'm
loved
like,
that. I loved that.
It was
We got
amazing.
to a meeting and you guys were like, honestly, we didn't think you were going to be this
I
fast.
know. I was
It
like,
so good.
I was like,
Fast.
we're not ready yet.
Good. So
now
good.
we have so much work to do. Thanks a lot.
No, you
My
did.
first-
I saw today you guys added a bunch of pictures to it.
Yeah, we're trying to fill in some
saw.
spaces and gaps.
I
But so and then SEO is separate from
SEO
the
separate.
website.
Mm-hmm.
From the
SEO separate.
website.
The-
From the
yes,
website.
SEO separate. We work on that every single month, but it's in tandem. I
Okay,
like to
so
say.
90 days, somebody builds their website, and then if they start SEO as well, you should see results within 90 days.
Oh, you should see results. You should start feeling results right away. Like if
Okay.
we're redesigning a site and you're already getting traffic, then like you'll start. Yeah, it'll start kicking
yeah.
towards you. And
I mean, we
you'll-
saw it. I just want to hear it from you.
Yeah, you'll get results right.
Let me know.
We had some clinic. I mean, we never promised these results, but we have some clinics that start ranking. Like we launched 1-2 weeks ago that they're already showing up on the first page. You know, in a major city.
Yeah.
But
you
know,
have to
SEO is
be
a
in
little
control of the
finicky.
process, right? Like,
Yes.
Like
if
you
you
have-
if you tell me how it's gonna go, then you're gonna get the results
Yeah.
that you know how to get.
Exactly.
You know, that'd be like if I came to you and said, no.
Yeah.
You're gonna use my cleanser I bought today from Walgreens. You're gonna use my
you're
steamer.
going to use Neutrogena
Yeah.
acne cleansing gel.
Exactly. And you're gonna use this steamer I just bought on Amazon. And you're like, no, that's got mold in it. You're like, no,
Oh,
you're gonna
no.
do it my way.
The worst is when people are like, I bought this sunscreen off Amazon. Is it good?
And
No.
you're like, yes.
No.
Yes,
No.
it is. Yes.
I'm sorry.
Don't
You're
listen
fired.
to her. It's very
You're
good.
fired.
At least you got it on a discount.
Yeah. No. You are fired. But my last question
Yes.
actually is going to be, what piece of advice for an esthetician that is looking to invest in their business, what
Yeah.
would you give?
So my first, can I give 2 pieces of advice?
Yeah.
The first piece of advice is that you should join the Patreon for
Oh my
Optimize
gosh,
Aesthetics.
yes,
It's
absolutely.
only $49.99 a month.
It's
I don't-
$65.
$65.99 a month.
It's 65 flat.
Oh, flat? No
Yes.
sense?
No.
Oh man, you can make a
It's
lot of money off
even.
those
Yeah,
pennies,
no,
Victoria. I'm just saying. Man.
You know, I
flat
can't-
fees. Look at
Yeah,
you.
flat fees.
Okay. So their Patreon first and foremost. If in my opinion, the biggest thing that anybody can do is learn your numbers. It's very frequent that we will not work with somebody until we know what their numbers are. Because if they're like, oh, I want you to increase my traffic, they're like, great, what is it? They're like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I can't help you
Yeah.
grow if we don't know where we're starting. So know your numbers. If you don't have Google Analytics installed on your website, get it installed and start tracking so that you can see what you're currently producing.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
That's
Learn
such
your numbers.
good advice.
Learn
Oh
your
my gosh.
numbers.
That's so true, because if you're starting to work with somebody and you're like, well, I'm not getting the results, you're like, well, what can we base it off
Yeah,
of?
you weren't tracking results before. Yeah.
No, truthfully. And again, like, trust the process, number one, and don't be afraid to like let somebody else take control of something you're not good at. Like, clearly you need help.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
let
100%.
the expert, just as you're an esthetician, you don't want to have people tell you what products to use on their face. You know, like,
Yeah.
I mean, truthfully, like, let every expert excel in what they are good at. So,
Yes.
but thank you so much for being on the podcast
Thanks for
today.
having
Thank you so much. It was
me.
so much fun. I know that we disagreed on the discounts, but
But
we'll be
eventu-
friends again.
we
make that-
eventually agreed.
Yeah,
we eventually
did. We
agreed.
came to a common denominator,
We did.
which I see both sides 100%. And
I-
it just depends on
I
where you're
don't.
at in business,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, exactly.
Agree with me.
I
No,
agree
I'm
with you.
just
I agree with
kidding.
you. I agree with you.
No, but where can people find you on social media? Instagram.
So you can follow me at Jared Roars, JaredRoars,
Mm-hmm.
or our company, aesthetic.conversion. It's stark on that page, but you could be one of the first groups of followers. No, I hadn't posted for like forever on aesthetic.conversion, and we had, I think, 600 followers on it. And I was like, oh, it's kind of vibey.
You have more than optimized aesthetics.
It's kind of vibey that we had never like posted, but still had like a lot of followers. But then I got a bunch of pows from my friends, and so we started posting.
Yeah, I love that. And we'll be sure to link your website as well so that people can contact you if needed. But we'll have everything linked below, but make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Thank you again for being on the podcast, and we will see you in the next video.